Greetings, people of the internet. I am LUCHA MAN, and welcome to LUCHA MAN Reviews. And today is a very special review. Why? Why am I so excited for this review? Because I'm reviewing our Doom. That is right. It has been it's a few days after its release, but after all these years, finally. Now, I announce to you the first issue of Invader ZIM, the printed comic. For behold, its magnificent Doom! Alright, for those of you who have no idea what's going on here, let me explain. Back in the early 2000s, Nickelodeon wanted to create a cartoon for a slightly older audience than what their normal demographic, so Invader ZIM was created. ZIM is voiced by Richard Steven Horvitz. That name sounds familiar to you? He was Alpha 5 in the original Power Rangers. He was the Angry Beavers' Daggett. And after Angry Beavers got cancelled, it was right before Zim got the green light. And he was also Billy from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. So now you know the name of the man behind the many voices. Look up more of his work, he's pretty cool. Alright, so the original show, it only lasted 2 seasons and had 27 episodes. And it ran for 2 years on Nickelodeon, and then until 2006 it was on Nicktoons before it was dropped. So 9 years passed, and then finally we got ZIM publication. Now, what's funny about this comic is, here's what. The story continues right where the show left off. ZIM has invaded Earth, and he is trying to figure out a way to learn its weaknesses and to conquer the planet for the glorious Urkin race. Unfortunately, there's only one person on Earth that seems to be able to, that's smart enough to see that he's an alien through his disguise, and actually is trying to do something about it, because everyone else is too busy doing other things, or too lazy. Yeah, this series didn't really speak too highly about the human race. Yeah. The joke, like I said, is one of the opening jokes of the comic it's like, Dib, who's the only person who knows that Zim's the alien, he's been watching him for months. He says, "It feels like it's been years, but I've been watching him for months." Apparently, Zim has gone into hiding to plot some new nefarious scheme to destroy all of humanity. So then, after getting some prodding from his sister Gaz, who is also aware of Zim, but doesn't have any stake in it, just doesn't really care, Dib decides to figure out what is going on. And I think it's pretty interesting. I think it's interesting how the comic decided to just pick up as if nothing had happened, as if no time had passed. This happened with a different series. For MTV, a couple years back, they tried to revamp Beavis and Butthead, as if no time had passed whatsoever. It had only 1 season, but it showed how they were making fun of stuff like the Kardashians and the Jersey Shore. But it didn't work out. Yeah, so the comic, like it says, it just picks up as if nothing has happened, as if no time skip has happened whatsoever. Now, when I heard about this comic many months ago, I went to YouTube, here on YouTube, and watched some videos. Like, I learned some interesting facts about this series. Like, I rewatched some of the episodes, and then I learned like some of the stuff they had planned for the rest of the TV series. Now, here's the weird thing. Yeah, so like I said, the comic picks up right where it left off. And here's what. Now, this cartoon, it was aimed for an older demographic, so some of the artwork was it was edgy, the humor was a little dark, and then there was some visual stuff that was just like a little weird or creepy, and some stuff that might be just plain wrong depending on the viewing audience. So I'd say, I don't know, the style seems to be similar in the comic. The only thing that's missing is the voice of Zim and all the other characters, but it's pretty good. I'd say maybe teenagers. Yeah, I'm not sure what the correct demographic is, but I think it's for the mid-teens, maybe older teens. Yeah, there's no blood explosions, there's no bullets, there's no knives, there's nothing like seriously wrong yet, but you don't know. I don't know how sensitive kids are, so just read and watch with discretion and professionality. So let's see, I was a fan of Zim, I love the series, I've loved the series, and now I'm reading the comics, so I give it a solid 9 out of 10. Alright, so that's all Alright, so that's all I got for the main thing. Now, thank you for watching. Now, I'm about to get into a wee bit of spoiler territory, so I'll post it on here that says what I mean spoiler. So if you don't want to watch, just end the video now or turn down the volume. Okay, so here's the spoilery thing. While I was researching the comic, they were talking about how they had plans for Season 3. In Season 3, Dib was supposed to chase Zim into outer space. And so it'd be Invader Zim, but it'd be the Invader Dib series, in a sense. And from the way the comic has started, I think that's the direction they're going in. Now, I honestly figured they would do a few more stories. Like they do like maybe 4 or 5 comics just dedicated to random other encounters, or Dib versus Zim, or Zim versus some weird part of human society. You know, build up like to say how in the whole time that has passed since the last episode, you know, regular stuff's been going on, nothing special. So I'm kind of okay with them jumping into the idea for the 3rd season. I wish they would have shown a little more. Maybe, depending on how the comic runs, they'll come back to that and it'll be more random nonsense on Earth. But as for space, it'll be interesting to see how this works out. Yeah, so, I don't know, will they stick to their guns, or will they try picking up some new styles, some new ideas? Who knows? But I'm interested to see how this will work out. Alright, so that's all the time we have for this episode. Like I said, I give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was good, and yeah, I thought this was a very good series. It'll be interesting to see how the comic progresses. Alright, so until next time, this has been LUCHA MAN! Saying thank you for watching, and have a nice day.